Hi, everybody. Today I wanted to read one of my favorite books, Caps for Sale, A Tale of a Peddler, Some Monkeys, and Their Monkey Business, told and illustrated by Esphyr Slobodkina. So the same person wrote the words and drew the pictures. This is one of my favorite books that I like to read. Okay. Caps for Sale. Once there was a peddler who sold caps, but he was not an ordinary peddler carrying his wares on his back. He carried them on top of his head. First he had his own checked cap, then a bunch of gray caps, then a bunch of brown caps, then a bunch of blue caps, and on the very top, a bunch of red caps. That's a lot of caps. He walked up and down the streets, holding himself very straight so as not to upset his caps. As he went along, he called, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." One morning, he couldn't sell any caps. He walked up the street and he walked down the street, calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." But nobody wanted any caps that morning. Nobody wanted even a red cap. He began to feel very hungry, but he had no money for lunch. "Oh, I think I'll go for a walk in the country," said he, and he walked out of town, slowly, slowly, so as not to upset his caps. He walked for a long time until he came to a great big tree. "That's a nice place for a rest," thought he, and he sat down very slowly under the tree and leaned back little by little against the tree trunk so as not to disturb the caps on his head. Then he put up his hand to feel if they were straight. First his own check cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, and then the red caps on the very, very top. They were all there, so he went to sleep. He slept for a long time. When he woke up, he was refreshed and rested. But before standing up, he felt with his hand to make sure his caps were in the right place. And all he felt was his own checked cap. Uh-oh. He looked to the right of him, no caps. He looked to the left of him, no caps. He looked in back of him, no caps. He looked behind the tree, and no caps. Then he looked up into the tree, and what do you think he saw? What do you think? Monkeys! On every branch sat a monkey. On every monkey was a gray or a brown or a blue or a red cap. Those silly monkeys. He took all his caps. The peddler looked at the monkeys, and the monkeys looked at the peddler. He didn't know what to do. Finally, he spoke to them. Right? He used his words first. "You monkeys, you," he said, shaking a finger at them. "You give me back my caps." But the monkeys just shook their fingers back at him and said, "Can you do that?" This made the peddler angry. So he shook both hands at them and he said, "You monkeys, you must give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook both their fists back at him and said, "See? They're copying him." Now he felt quite angry. Would you feel angry? Me too. He stamped his foot and he said, "You monkeys, you better give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stamped their feet back at him and said, "What are they doing? They're copying him." The silly monkeys. By this time, the peddler was really very, very angry. He stamped both of his feet and shouted, "You monkeys, you must give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stamped both their feet back at him and said, At last, he became so angry that he pulled off his cap, threw it on the ground, and began to walk away. What do you think the monkeys did? But then every monkey pulled off his cap, and all the gray caps, and all the brown caps, and all the blue caps, and all the red caps came flying down out of the tree. Why do you think they threw all the caps down? They were copying him, right? Monkey see, monkey do. So the peddler picked up his caps and put them back on his head. First his own check cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, and the red caps on the very, very top. And slowly, slowly, he walked back to town calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." The end. I hope you liked that one. This is one of my favorite stories. It's a very silly one, isn't it? Okay. Bye, friends.